Now, the reason of this video is a lot of people ask me, hey man, which one you think I should go with, the EIN or the CPN number, right? I'm personally going to say the EIN number. And the reason why I'm going to say the EIN number is better to go with, because it's already a government number. It's a government issued number. So most of the time, you don't even have to have a credit profile that's established in order to obtain a bank account, because the number is already recognized into the databases. Picture this. Remember you were 17 years old and you applied for a bank account. You didn't have a credit profile or anything, but they automatically allow the bank account to go through. That's because because the number that you gave them, the Social Security number, was actually tied with the Social Security Administration, but also tied in with the IRS. If the IRS is able to verify a number, then it makes sense to open up the account. The systems automatically open up the account because it recognizes the number. Whether you use an ITIN number, a Social Security number, or EIN number. Those three are all government numbers. Same as the social, same as the EIN. But the only thing about it is you are opening up an account with an employer identification number and not a CPN number. So anytime the bank wanted to detect fraud or something was wrong by doing it, you can always explain to the bank that you open up this account with an EIN number, right? Now, if they have a problem, they will close it, but they can verify that that EIN number belongs to you and you are the sole owner of that EIN, and they can, give you the funds from that institution if they decide they want to close it. If not, they'll just keep the bank account open, and you will just have an EIN number under the bank account. Because remember, when you apply for an EIN number, what's the option on the third bar? It say, they ask you, what is the purposes of opening up or trying to get this EIN? You can check third box for banking purposes only. So the EIN can be misconstrued in so many ways. It say banking purposes only. So if it says banking purposes only and you get an EIN number solely for that matter, if you go to the banking institution, remember what the third line says, for banking purposes only. So if you go to a banking institution and you ask them for a checking account, right? And instead of putting the social, remember, it said the EIN number, you can say, hey, I want to put the EIN number. You don't have to tell the banker that, you just put the EIN number down. Once they put the EIN number down, they just run it through the system. If the system opens up the account, that's it. Your job is done. Now you go down say if you had the account for a certain period of time, and say if you have no credit and you apply for a card, let's just say I'm with Chase. I applied for a credit card, right? They denied me the first time, they denied me the second time. I applied a third time. And this is like a month after I had the account. They approved me for a Freedom Flex card for $2,500 limit. And then I just asked them for a credit increase, so it went up to $5,000, right? And it's strictly off the EIN. It's not even established. I didn't even work on it yet. But I'm just giving you the idea that an EIN number is recognized. So a CPN number, that's a number you pretty much got to establish. You have to establish a CPN number. You have to create a credit profile for it. You have to do so much work on the CPN number to really get it however you want. And then you put the CPN through. But most of the time, the CPN number is not recognized. So you have a lot of people say, I got a Chime, I got a Cash App, or something like that with the CPN, but you can't get a Chase with it. You can't get a Navy Fed with it. You can't get a USAA bank account with it. You can't get any of these main institutions with a CPN number because it's very hard. I'm not saying you can't, but it's harder, right? I personally never dealt with the CPN number to get a bank account. I dealt with a CPN number to get an apartment. But as far as bank accounts, like with major banks, it's a little bit harder. That's why I go with the EIN all day, every day. I don't even use the CPN because I know the EIN number is a better method. I'm out.